Hello, everybody. So I'm going to make a quick lesson about a song that I know from Farka Toure. This is called Gomni. So I'm going to take this melody and just kind of break it down. I have a capo here on the 5th fret. I'm going to play this in D. Okay, so this is basically pentatonic, so you can think of it as minor pentatonic from D, although it resolves to major, so that would also be F major pentatonic, like this, right? The hand positioning that you're doing here, so is the same thing as if you're playing, A minor or C major without a capo. So the reason I'd pick D here is the recording of him with Toumani Diabate is in this key, so if you learn it, you can play along to that. So the opening line of this goes like this. Right, so and then like that. Okay. And then the sort of main riff is so, and then so this here, I think the interval that can be a bit hard to hear is that jump down of a 5th. So like that, right? And the sort of end chord that we get to is an open 5th. So that's something to be careful about. It's these notes. Right? It's not the major chord. So it's not, you're not playing that, you're playing this, right? Another thing here that might be difficult to hear is that this passage is actually really quick. So right, and also in that gap you can do so. Adding that in the middle. A lot of this is a sort of approximation of the chord as a two-handed instrument. There's a lot going on. If you listen to it, it's two instruments playing this, sort of approximating some of those fills, right? Like that, okay? So far we have So notice one other thing that I was doing here is doing that little bend, right? So like that, right? So it's sort of like it's basically sort of adding that, which would be the note that from the blues scale. It's doing it in a pretty subtle way. So you're not doing. It's not that, it's more so like that, right? Another thing that you can also do to make that opening line sort of more in the style is that, right? So that sort of staccato note where you're adding a very quick mute onto it. So like this. What I'm doing here is I'm plucking the string and then immediately muting it with my finger, so with the right hand. So now I'm just going to show one more sort of little variation on the melody. It goes like this. And then back into that, right? So that's that phrase. So I'm doing this with a slide here. Like this. And then back into it, right? Another thing that you can also hear in the melody is a sort of false ending there. So something like that, where it's sort of lingering on this note a little bit longer, one or two measures longer than you'd expect before resolving back there. Okay. So if you actually listen to this recording or other recordings, it's a sort of very loose sounding style where there's a lot of, the melodies are being ornamented a lot, they're being varied a lot. So you will hear sort of a lot of different variations of this, and a lot more sort of subtle ornamentations are happening than what I'm playing here. But this is sort of a skeleton for it, so I'll just sort of play around with this a little bit, and hopefully this lesson will help you piece it together. So.